we have to chat about Stranger Things.
Oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm so nervous. Yeah, Stranger Things. I have my comfort sweatshirt.
Here we go.
Just, it's like a...
I know, we're coping. We're in full-blown coping now, right?
Yeah, full coping.
Chelsea and I love Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. We saw the finale in theaters on the 1st. We didn't get to see it on the 31st.
Yeah, which was really hard because I realized how much I look at Instagram, and I literally threw my phone across the room because all of you guys was spoilers.
Yeah, the spoilers happened immediately. We were like, okay, we have to stay off social media so that this doesn't happen. Okay, before we get started, obviously there are going to be spoilers. We're talking all about Stranger Things Season 5. And before we really get into it, I do want to say, because there's so many things that the fans are being really nitpicky right now. Oh, gosh, I at least want to go on record saying from the beginning, I love Stranger Things. I love what the Duffer Brothers created. And I think Season 5, while maybe not my favorite season on like a first watch, I do think the finale did its job in bringing the whole story together. Mm-hmm. And I was impressed. Watching it in theaters, I was like, am I satisfied with this ending? But then even when I was watching it, I was like, you know what? I'm impressed they brought that many different storylines together, mm-hmm. gave people their happy ending in the cheesiest 80s movie way that mm-hmm. I kind of think the fans needed. I needed. Yeah, because I was like, sure. I'm in need of a happy ending here. That being said, I really, really, really wanted Elle to have her happy ending with Mike, and that didn't happen. But I will say I'm trying to be understanding of the Duffers saying she was the childhood magic, and this has always been a coming of age story. So I was torn up at that scene at the end where clearly the actors are saying goodbye to the series, and then also they're saying goodbye to their childhood, and they're putting the D&D things away, and they're walking up the stairs. So I do think it wrapped up well. Mm-hmm. What did you think? And then we'll get into all the crazy, because we have not been we just live on the internet now.
We've just been I was late to Stranger Things, actually.
Were you?
Yeah, I actually didn't start watching until season 2 or season 3, because when things get overhyped, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Things are a little bit too overhyped for me. But I did get into it. Obviously, I fell in love with it just like the rest of the world. And because it was unique, and I loved, there's so much thought process. And I'm not exactly one of those Stranger Things viewers like everybody else that was like, oh, this was this was this. Oh, Elle had the hair
put it all together.
And I'm like, oh, can I watch? Because I'm like, or am I going to be dissecting every little scene? Yeah. And I did love it. I loved season 3 and 4 and season 5. I love that they ended every episode on a cliffhanger for the first 4. And I love Will. What they did with Will, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And that being said, there are some things that are weird to me. And I'm sure they're weird to everybody, because everybody's like, what are these plot holes? What is this Melvins?
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever, the milkshakes. What is everybody standing like Vecna? What is all of this? And I'm like, the Duffer Brothers are too smart. They're too smart, unless they really focused on Doomsday and they were writing that at the same time. And they're like, oh God, this is so much. I don't know.
Here's the thing.
It's been a lot.
Okay, so we're going to get into all the theories and everything we've seen online.
Yeah.
But I will say, I don't know that I agree.
Here we go.
Because if you remember, what season am I on now? When they're at the roller skating rink, that's season 4, right?
I think it's the beginning of season 4, because they're all separated.
Yeah, and they have the camcorder out, and there's a date on the camcorder, and fans pointed out that date was what they'd already said in previous seasons was Will's birthday. So, and the Duffers didn't catch that. So to say they're these genius writers that have all this plotted out, I don't know, that may be giving them too much credit, because they didn't even remember Will's birthday. They had to change that in post.
That is fair. There's so much detail, so I'm not surprised that they missed a little bit. I just want to circle back really quickly. I did like that they ended everything for the kids.
Yeah.
For the actors who this is a big part of their childhood. I did, and I think that's, maybe brilliant if this whole 9th episode is going to happen. It was brilliant because all of us were emotional with them, you know?
Yeah.
Whether you don't like the episode now, you probably cried during it. And she knows, I was crying the entire time during the theater. I was like, oh my gosh, like, Hoppers, stop it. But I think it was really beautiful what they did for the characters to try to end
like close it out.
Yeah, for them to be like able to say goodbye to their characters.
Yeah.
And their scripts were in that.
Okay, is that true? I saw that as well.
I don't know.
Do we know?
I mean, none of the actors have commented, of course, but...
Okay, you know what actor did comment? Is Sadie Sink just had her interview.
Oh, yeah,
and
Fallon.
And on Fallon, and he's like, so do you think Eleven's alive? She's like, no, she dead.
I know, she was just like, no. But then...
There's no I believe. Come on, Sadie.
Yeah, Sadie, what the heck? And then, well, Jamie... What's his name? Jamie Bauer?
Yes. Jamie Himmel Bauer.
They were doing the Vecna thing.
Yeah. And I just think they're messing with us at that point.
God.
With the video that came out with Jamie, and it said Volume 3, they're doing the 80s dance. If you guys have seen the, like, what do you call it? Like a teaser for the Fallon episode. And it's like he's an 80s dance instructor, and it says Volume 3, and it also says... Tomorrow it begins, which would be today because that was yesterday.
You are the light.
You are the light, which I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. And then Vecna counts down, and he turns into Vecna at 7. I don't know why it Vecna.
And everyone's like, oh, and then video's a minute 7 seconds.
See, that's what I didn't. I didn't notice any of that. I really didn't. I don't know.
But I did notice Volume 3, and I noticed Tomorrow It Begins.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, and then in his interview, apparently he kept like. Jimmy was trying to say, what'd you think of the finale? And he kept being like, episode 8, instead of calling it the finale.
Here's the thing. Netflix, Duffer Brothers. If this isn't real, just cut us
out of our misery.
Like, we're all crying. Like, we're all like...
I think that's the point. I feel like they had no idea this was going to happen. And then once it started happening, they're like, oh, you guys cannot go on record saying that it's not happening until the 7th is over.
Yeah, that's
They're like,
fair.
just let it ride out because this is the most attention-grabbing theory
100%.
ever.
But if it did, that would... Brilliant.
Let's talk about some reasons why we think it might be a possibility. And also, I'm going to go on record saying it's not happening, you guys. Conformity Gate is not real. There's not an episode dropping in a few hours. Sorry, Chelsea. It's not happening.
Then what was that season? But maybe there is like 5 other shows supposed to come out. So maybe at the very end in 20 years, that'll all wrap itself up.
Yeah, how fun.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some of the things that we've seen. Because like what you're saying, some of them I think are just silly. The whole, what you said about at graduation, they're all sitting the same way. I think that's that's not a signal of a new episode at all.
No. Well, and also it says 89 instead of 87.
Well, so apparently someone said the merch is wrong because they should be graduating in 89. Okay. But the merch says 87 because that's like what we see. Yeah. But then they should be class of 89 because it's, the 18 month fast forward to the end.
Oh, gosh. So are we just going to wrap this up to bad writing then if Conformity Gate's not real?
That's the thing is I do want to be very careful that I don't call it bad writing. What I will say is as filmmakers ourselves, I do want to take away being very careful and conscious of your world building because I do think there were just a lot of logical inconsistencies that the fans are now pointing out in a way that they're trying to make Conformity Gate work because there were so many things that didn't add up, so they're trying to make it
that's fair.
Be as if this other master plan happened. So I think that's a good way to like think of your own filmmaking. It's like, no, we got to have this hammered out because like it's got to be well planned. And for those who really like Stranger Things, I cannot recommend enough the German TV show Dark.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen this one? It's also on Netflix. And like I said, it's a German show. You got to watch it in the original German, not an English dub. Boo. And boo. But it's so funny because it's 3 seasons long. It came out after Stranger Things premiered, but it finished before Stranger Things finished, obviously, because it took so long. Oh, God. But you can tell that stuff was planned out. I was watching it the whole time and I kept making comments to my dad and I were watching. I was like, this is some German engineering right here. Like the writing is like it all fits together and in a way that they couldn't have written season 1 without already knowing season 2 and 3. And I think that was kind of a problem with Stranger Things and kind of American television and producing in general, They didn't know if they were going to get greenlit for another season. They didn't know it was going to blow up the way it did.
Yeah.
So
yeah, especially after season 1.
I think it's hard to be like, oh, we have
Right.
this master plan
Right.
when you kind of didn't know.
Yeah, and I think with, being a filmmaker, especially with like Netflix or even having fans like us, we want it now. Like we're so used to having things now. But a show like that takes forever. Like they were filming for like, what, 10 months?
It takes time.
Something like that. It
Plus,
takes time.
They were derailed by COVID and then the actors and writers strikes. So like a lot happened. But I remember seeing interviews even back at season 1 where the Duffer Brothers originally had pitched it as this anthology series where it wasn't going to be the same characters or the same time period every season. They wanted to change it up. But season 1 had such a giant response that they're like, no, we have to stay with these characters. We got to see this through. And so I think that's why they're having the spinoffs now is Duffer's always had this other idea. But it kind of, and that's kind of why I'm like, I think they knew the whole like Elle ending they wanted to have to begin with, because that's how the season 1 ends, is she sacrifices herself, says, bye, Mike, and, takes care of the Demogorgon. Like they kind of always had that.
Poor Mike. Like he has to say bye to her like every season.
No,
now it's like, okay, really, goodbye. Like, poor Mike. Yeah.
So I kind of, that's what I chalk up to, like how hard it is to get something made in Hollywood these days. And, obviously this series just kept getting more and more popular.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do we chalk it up to too many cooks in the kitchen, or like?
I'm wondering if they were just under a pressure cooker.
I don't know, because we're like they had all this time.
Yeah, but now because the Duffer Brothers are who the Duffer Brothers are, they're working on huge projects, huge. And so writing, we both write, we both produce. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine then you have someone like Netflix coming in and being like, okay, this is the date. This is when we need this. And then you have to work with, that's a huge cast.
It keeps getting bigger, and like even the cast says they're not killing anyone off.
Yeah, it's just a huge cast. And so now they're having to work with all of their schedules, because some of them are probably off filming other things. Well, Sadie Sink, she's off filming Spider-Man right now. So I'm assuming that all of them, working with all of that, plus like budget, like there's a lot that goes into filmmaking. And especially since this one is like heavily using blue screen and green screen, I can only imagine how long that post-production takes.
I will say though, I do think it's cool. I know they tried to do practical when possible.
Yeah.
Because I know like as an homage to the 80s, they really wanted to do all practical, and they got in there with the things they were doing, and they're like, oh, okay, this is like too much. So I know it's a blend, and I think as the seasons go on and the monsters get bigger, you see more CGI, which also was kind of a bummer for me in season 5. Like the Abyss, green screen.
Okay, I haven't watched The Abyss. I haven't watched the final episode at home yet.
And I know you have.
Just in theaters. And when they entered, what was it? The Abyss? The X? I don't know.
Dimension X, Abyss.
Whatever you want to call it.
Dune. That's what I call it.
Okay, Dune.
Looks like Dune.
When they entered that, I was like, this was not made for big screen.
We can see the details.
Like you could see all the stuff. And then eventually it was okay. It was more like when Nancy first pops up there. Eventually it was okay. But I was like, this is not made. Everything else looked great. It was just that.
That was, you said like a writing thing. A big thing that took me out of it, even when we were watching it in theaters, how are they getting up on the cliffs? The plan, which they keep talking about the plan and then executing the plan. There's so much talking in season 5 about the plan.
Yeah, there's so much exposition.
So much exposition. But to say, oh, one of us is going to be bait, and then we're going to go on top and rain down fire from above it. And then Robin's like, I have a question. And I'm like, the question's going to be, how do we get up there? No, her question was, who's going to be the bait? And I was like, and then sure enough, they're up there with their flamethrowers. I'm like, how'd you get up the cliff? How did that happen? So I know it's Stranger Things and I don't need everything explained in like sci-fi, whatever. That one, I was like, this is just weird now.
Yeah, that whole thing was really weird. And honestly, with the Demogorgons, Demodogs, Demobats, like them not being there.
Okay, did you notice that when we watched it though?
Yes.
Oh, see,
because
I
was thinking that is Vecna's most vulnerable. He's most vulnerable there. He knows Will saw it.
Yeah.
He would up security He would up the ante there. Like, he's not just gonna be like, okay, they're never gonna come up here.
I'm my thing, doing my thing.
Yeah, knowing who these kids are, and knowing 11, knowing all of that stuff, knowing Will was there, he probably knew they were gonna figure it out. So when the Duffers were like, yeah, he was just like, never thought they were gonna be there, and now the Duffers are. I feel bad for them.
Poor Duffers doing their post interviews. Like
they're regretting it. And they keep saying that. They're like, we're regretting it.
Please cut us some slack. But we're like, that's not an appropriate answer.
No, none of their, and I love the Duffer Brothers.
Yeah,
I think they're brilliant.
We love them.
I think they're brilliant. But I was like, none of these answers. I was like, somebody take it away.
I will say,
no more mics for them.
So I truly, when I was watching, this is what I'm saying, like, I'm trying to just like go along for the ride. Yeah. Yes, the cliffs took me out of it. I didn't need the Demogorgons there when I was watching it. Of course, everybody's saying that now. It makes sense. And you're like, where are they? The thing that always got me, why the demo bats? They literally only had them in season 4 to kill Eddie. And they've never seen again. They weren't needed. They weren't needed in season 4 either. They just weren't needed.
I'm getting emotional. I don't even want to talk about it.
How loves Eddie.
I love Eddie so much. And I'm like, you were only there to spy and kill Eddie? Are you joking me? Like,
I don't get it.
I don't either. Yeah. And then there was that theory that a lot of the Demobats and all the stuff were in the Mind Flayer. Like, they made up the body. But then that was even debunked. So I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, kind of like how the rats became the fleshy Mind Flayer, that they were saying the Demogorgons and all of those monsters became the body that you see. Okay, that's another thing. After the kids are rescued, the Mind Flayer particles come out of all of them.
Yeah.
That's after the battle's already happened.
Yeah.
So Mind Flayer isn't dead because we know the particles are the Mind Flayer, not the big fleshy monsters we keep seeing.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them are saying now, they're like, it didn't come out of Derek. And I'm like, they might have just not shown it. That doesn't mean that it didn't come out of Derek. They might have just literally not shown it.
I will say the only other thing to like even negate what I just said is they don't chop off Vecna's head till after that.
Oh, that's fair.
So if it could like all be concluded then. Yeah. But I'm like, a fun one that I've seen going back to Conformity Gate. Have you seen how it's like in season 4, Eddie, when they're doing the actual D&D game, says that the left arm was cut off and the left eye, and he comes back, and then that's what actually happens in the battle with Vecna. They cut off his left arm, and I don't know about the eye.
I mean, his eye was just like a little bloody and had dirt in it, but I don't know if it was like really.
But I did think that was interesting that the left arm, and then so they're like, Vecna lives, and I was like,
when they were all shocked by that too, and he's like, Vecna lives, and that's why I was like, wait, Duffer Brothers are smart.
And then people said, I didn't count this, by the way, to know if it's true, but that Joyce does 11 hacks.
I didn't count
with the axe to get his head cut off, and it's when they rolled an 11, he said it's a miss. In the D&D game. So then it was 11 strikes. And so people are saying it's a miss and Vecna's actually alive.
Well, even in the merch, they're like saying Vecna lives with a flashlight and all of this other stuff. So I'm just like, I don't know if they're really trolling us. They're like, the Stranger Things are going to go these fans are going to go crazy. Yeah. Or if it's the fans creating hey, the fans are really good storytellers. Like, I was even believing it. I was like, Eddie's coming back. He's going to come back as a vampire or something. I don't know. Like, I started believing all that stuff. So either the fans are really, really good at storytelling and helping us all be like, no, there's this, or this.
Well, how much? Okay, going back to like the filmmakery parts. Mm-hmm. What do you think about fan service? Because back to like how they envisioned season 1 and how they continued the things.
Yeah.
That goes all the way back to then because people were so upset with how Barb's death was handled and how nobody cared. There was that huge social media push, #justice for Barb. So season 2 Nancy's character became all about trying to find what happened to Barb and give her parents closure. And that's the only reason Murray has been a part of this because he was the PI for the parents.
I forgot about that,
And then that's the only reason he's been with us since then. Yeah. So I think it's really interesting because they obviously hadn't planned that. The Duffers were kind of like, Barb, we were just going to kill her. But then the fans were like, give us justice for Barb. And like that became, that got us new characters and a whole plot line. So I'm kind of like, how much, if you were like TV showrunner, how much are you going to pay attention to what's happening on social media? Because like you said, some of these fans have come up with really good theories that people would have like preferred to have seen almost. So it's like, how much do you give and take in that?
I think Well, with social media being what it is now, it is a free advertisement, essentially. I kind of feel like you have to, even a little bit. It doesn't have to be everything, obviously.
Yeah,
there's
I don't
so
want to
many
give
people...
the fans what they want and then they are stupid.
That, or like, there's so much. So that would be like 12 more seasons if we did everything that the fans wanted. But I feel like you have to. This is a big thing now with filmmaking or acting or anything that, like, the followers, that everything like that. Netflix knows it'd be a guarantee, or any production company would know that it'd be a guarantee for fan satisfaction. Right now, fans aren't satisfied. And maybe it's because...
I think there's a split, to be fair.
Yeah, and maybe with this conformity gate, I think that's also making people a little bit... I didn't like the final season because it could be this, and this.
Yeah.
It's given everybody time to go back and rewatch and be like, oh, wait, there's this, instead of just like leaving it. I'm okay with saying it was for the kids. They wrapped it up. That was their childhood. Mm-hmm. What I'm not okay with is...
do I think Conformity Gate is real? That's what we're chatting about. I think it's not going to happen, but we're still going over some things, some possibilities.
Yes. Do you think Conformity Gate is real?
Do you think Conformity Gate's real?
What we got? As a storyteller, I hope it's real.
Here's the thing. If it were real, Stranger Things would go down in history.
Literally.
Like nothing.
The Duffers would be like, oh... I mean, they already are pretty up there, but like, it would be amazing. Like, masterminds. Like, this would be so good. Not in the documentary. Everybody's trying to say that it's like Wes Craven's final. Yeah. And I love Freddy Krueger, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's going to be the documentary.
Okay, that was a sorry, continue.
No, go ahead.
That was a huge thing. I sent you this reel where apparently Derek's playing the video game. What is it, Ghosts and Goblins?
Yes.
Never heard of this, where it's got the whole thing about... I can't read. Yeah, exactly. Where
yes
to that. Ghosts and Goblins, apparently it's a video game where you play through all the levels and there's a fake ending and you have to go back and defeat all the levels again on a harder level. The fact that Derek is playing that's a huge Conformity Gate thing for me.
100%.
I'm like, excuse you?
100%. That, and this just popped up in my head. They have a picture of one of the Duffer brothers, and they have the storyboard behind them. And
this is a BTS of planning.
Yes, planning. And it has the storyboard, and it says 11 attacks Vecna. The Demogorgons attack, and then something else happens, but his head's in the way. And I'm like, there was no Demogorgons. 11 kind of attacks Vecna. And then Joyce, thank God, I'm so happy they gave Joyce that.
I like
that. I cried so hard. I was like, yeah, give it to her. But I don't know. Either, like you said, we're all going to be real silly and we're going to cry in our beds like that, Family Guy.
Oh, yeah, Stewie rolls over.
Like, we're all going to be like that. Or I feel like they would have shut it down. I don't know.
I don't think they would shut it down for PR purposes. They're like, let this play out through January 7th.
That's true.
Let
I'm sure their
everyone
views
keep talking
are going crazy right now.
100%.
But to answer your question, she's kind of a no on Conformity, right?
I would love for Conformity Gate to happen. Do I think it's going to happen? No.
I'll be the crazy one. I'll say yes. The reason being, I'm also like, Jamie, what
doing
was that
on Jimmy Fallon with the Volume 3 and the...
Yeah. And him being like, it starts tomorrow. I don't know what You Were the Light is. Do you guys know? Do you know what You Were the Light is? Because I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. There were some other big ones that I really liked was the whole Squawk website saying the Volume 3 files were lost. Oh. That was a really cool one.
Yeah.
And also the fact that the finale hasn't been registered yet.
Yeah, that's a weird
one. I like, and I don't know how much I believe this one, but when you like search Stranger Things Season 5, Episode 9, Stranger Things still pops up, but if you search Episode 10, it doesn't.
Oh.
And also, if you search like Stranger Things Season 3, like one of the, they all either have 9 or 8 episodes. So then for them to come in and be like, Stranger Things Season 3, let's say it only had 8, I don't remember, but it was like Episode 9 and it won't pop up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's kind of, but I think Netflix could easily be doing that on the back end, where they're like, let's have that. When you search fake ending on Netflix, Stranger Things pops up. Mm-hmm. That seems like an interesting back end thing they could do. but it's so mean.
I wonder, because of all of this, I wonder if we will get another episode, but maybe it won't be today or tomorrow or in a year. I wonder, because of how much the fans are really, really gutting for this, I wonder if somehow we'll get something else. But I don't think that they could wrap it up in an episode. I really don't.
I love the theories that are like, no, we get 4 new episodes.
Yeah, we're getting 4.
Because 12 hands on a clock. You need to have 12 episodes.
There was this guy I was, doom scrolling. It just really got me.
We've just been living.
We're just like sending each other back and forth. I was doom scrolling, and there was this guy who said he did some of the sketches for Netflix for the new season, and he said you are getting an episode 9, and maybe he's trolling us too. And then
I don't believe this guy at all.
But then he said it was only 20 minutes, and I was like, there is no way.
No, that'd be stupid.
There is no way this is only 20 minutes. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
So I don't know. I would not be, knowing our industry now, I would not be surprised if Netflix was like, oh, look at how much this is getting. The Duffers are getting backlash. Look at how much this is like a buzz now. I wouldn't be surprised if we get something later. I don't know if it'll be today, but later.
I don't think we'll get something ever. I think they ended it how they wanted to end it, and they are excited about the buzz. And we get the documentary on the 12th, which is amazing. But I don't think 100%. But I don't think they will do any more for this story. Panicking. That's the thing. They probably could be panicking, or at the very least, Netflix is like, oh, why didn't we do this? Like, it's such a good idea.
This season feels so different to me. And maybe it's because
Does it feel different because we just didn't want it to end?
No. I was happy with it ending because I think sometimes with Hollywood they overdo it and they're like, oh my gosh, like
it's like Breaking Bad. We wanted 5 and we were out.
Yeah. Or like I love Supernatural and they did like 18 seasons. Sometimes you just want to wrap it up because it's not doing any justice for the characters. Yeah, first stage of grief is denial. That is very true.
Don't worry, we'll hit our official first stage of grief at 5 p.m. here in LA.
I'm excited to see everybody lose their minds.
We're just gonna be
us included.
The ending
is dog shit. I agree and disagree.
Yeah, I think it works.
The ending was way too clean.
Clean. But don't we think that was a Duffer Brothers Stranger Things ending to be way too clean? I just kind of think, if you're going to do the 80s film, I think that's really what they were aiming for. I know a lot of people didn't like the massively long epilogue. I actually liked that okay. I know we wanted like more of the battle to happen, but I was very happy to see those characters like kind of all have their endings.
I did like that. I think I told you this though after we watched it. I was like, it just didn't feel real. It felt like and Sadie Sink, I think, has even said it since then. Well, her character does. And she was like, so that's it? You're the master storyteller and that's it? And I think, where's Susie's? Okay, did you see that? But wait. Did you see that if this was real, that Vecna doesn't know Susie and she doesn't know Robin's girlfriend? What's her name?
Okay, yes. Susie.
Exactly. I was wondering that too.
You guys are so silly. Susie is not in it because it's been 2 years. And
so she just helps them save the world and that's it.
And Dustin has been grieving Eddie and he's being so weird. And at the very beginning they show us season 5, he's not acting like himself. He's being antisocial. Yeah. So of course he's not going to be able to keep up a long distance relationship. And she was already like, my family's super religious and my dad doesn't like me dating Dustin. And then all this stuff happens. Like, no, sorry guys, they broke up off screen. I'm with the Duffers on that one.
It went away.
I know. How do we see more of the chat?
Oh,
there it goes.
If I was in a universe.
Girl.
Oh, what happened? Oh, there we go.
That's my Instagram telling me I can't stay that long.
Oh, wait. Yes. You didn't see that one? Yeah, that was a huge one where everybody was like, they're thinking they're in Vecna's world, and that's why. I think they did the swoop to age them. I don't think it's Vecna's haircut. But they were saying that Vecna doesn't know some of the characters, and that's why you don't see them, which
they're saying like they're saying like Vecna never met Vicky. Yeah. So that's why you don't see Robin's ending with her.
Well, also, Vicky's kind of a snitch. She totally snitched to the military.
That's why Robin's like, and
she's
cheers
like, we're done.
Being done with overbearing partners. Peace out.
And bye, Vicky. I was okay with that. I was like, whatever. But Susie, I was also thinking about Susie because I loved her.
Yeah, the never-ending story. Did we not think, though, the Vicky thing was interesting for me when they're about to start the plan before Max goes in the mind with them and she's like freaking out and she's all nervous. And then Robin like snaps at her and is like, babe, it's too early to be this, whatever. And I'm like, Robin, you're the weird, anxious one. She's being exactly you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Robin's grown now.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Robin's
She's
like,
grown.
We've already fought the world.
She was like, a Demogorgon almost killed me. Like,
you need
this
to
is nothing.
settle down.
You need to relax. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
My dad thought he was like, Mr. Wheeler survived.
Well, that's another thing. She doesn't have her scars at the end when she says dinner's ready. I keep seeing the video. Ooh.
We're having trouble reading.
Videos, your friend. Exactly. Snitches get stitches.
Well, that was another thing where people are like, why would Hopper be allowed to be police chief again? Like, they've killed all these military guys, and also he was dead. And the town's just like, welcome back, chief. Like, you know.
That's what I mean. And there's too much of a pretty little bow. It's too much of a bow. Because the military are not going to, if 11 was really standing there trying to sacrifice herself, and this is the girl they've been chasing this entire season, the military is not going to just let her, like, go.
Why did we let Dr. K live?
There's so many questions. I made Steve a baseball. I know. Okay. That's another part of the theory is he doesn't know that all he sees is Steve is with the baseball bat, so he just assumed he played baseball instead of doing basketball.
But I do think too that like that could just be Duffer Feathers.
No, probably. It probably is, girl.
We're the angel and demon on the shoulder. Yeah. We just have to say both sides.
I will happily chat with anybody about these.
I've seen a lot of people with the Byler shippers. Yeah. I did think that was never going to happen. Byler, I'm sorry, it was not going to happen. Mike was with 11.
I think he's too in love with 11.
Exactly. That wasn't at all a real theory for me.
If it happened, great. But I kind of love that Will's taking on his own.
Yeah, I like the whole, oh, you were my Tammy.
Yeah. Yeah. I did like that obviously there's going to be a probably forever.
Yeah.
I knew it would never happen, but I like to believe. Oh, I believe. Yes.
I will say I heard that Noah literally talked with the Duffer Brothers and said, the milkshakes. Mm-hmm. We'll get to the milkshakes in a second. Mm-hmm. When they were climbing the tower and have that scene where, we just cringed at that writing where he's like, not friends. And the whole audience gasped and he goes, best friends. So Noah apparently said that they wanted more closure with that relationship for the fans. I don't think he needed that. Obviously, he and Mike are friends. Best friends.
Yeah, no.
Milkshakes, though. Let's get to that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's get to that.
Was it Melville's? We can't.
Melville's. You guys
can remember the name. Yeah.
The milkshakes.
That it would have been a milkshake place, and then. Yeah, exactly. No, literally. No, but we saw it in theaters, and everyone was like,
okay.
But yeah, the whole thing that Vecna would have known that, or not known that it was now a general store and that they would have been getting milkshakes there. Like, again, is that just like the Duffers not remembering their own world that they built? If for those of you who are just joining, I have to bring us back to the Duffers didn't remember the birthday they gave Will and used that exact same date again for the day they're all at the roller rink. And they had to change that in post. So for everyone thinking this is like a crazy, plotted out, amazing thing, I don't know that the Duffers are keeping track of it all. I don't.
I feel like Joyce worked at that store, though. I feel like they would know that, right?
Oh, can we get back to this high school memory that they keep going through Henry's memories?
Yeah.
Henry was taken as a kid by Papa for the experiments by Dr. Brenner.
Yeah.
How's he going to high school with Joyce and Hopper and the Wheelers?
And Steve's dad.
And then also we never talk about it because apparently we were supposed to see the play that no one has seen. And it was supposed to describe it more. And I don't know. It just kind of
they tripled down on that too. Because it's not just like the first time Max goes through it. Then they triple down on it 3 times.
Yeah.
And it just keeps popping up.
But they made nothing about it.
I know.
They like showed us, it was very like they had their Back to the Future references, and then it was like instead of Enchantment Under the Sea dance, they're doing this play. Like they made a big deal out of it.
And
then for nothing.
All of it.
And I was like, I don't know what that was about. And also I don't feel like Henry would have gone to high school with him. That was an age thing that didn't make sense. And also I gotta go all the way back to the beginning. Holly's age didn't make sense. Holly's age didn't make sense from the beginning of when I started watching season 5. I was like, I know they changed actresses, but literally the age that they're saying she is, that much time did not go by in the series.
Wasn't she?
She was 3 when the series started.
Right.
She's not going to be an 11-year-old now.
Yeah, she's 11 now.
That's insane. And we don't care. Like
maybe they had to age her up because of COVID, because of the kids being as old as they are now. And like all their delays.
But I'm saying...
But story-wise, I get.
They didn't even use the same actors. So it has nothing to do with what the actor's age was.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, they could have just... If you get a new actor, you get a younger one if you want.
Yeah, that's true.
She did a great job, by the way. But it took me out of it. She has the most screen time, which is so bizarre. Here's the thing. If we were starting from scratch and you were writing season 5, do you put that in? Do you make it about Holly and the kids and all that? Do you do that? I don't know that I even go down that road.
No.
Yeah.
I mean...
We need to find Max.
Maybe not 12. She got kissed by Mike before she knew what treat.
This is about Elle's ending. I don't know, guys. I really wanted Elle and Mike to end up together.
Do you believe?
I believe. No, but let's go back to season 5.
Yeah.
Because I don't want, like, people will see in the rewatch too, so.
Yeah, so I don't think there needed to be so much emphasis on it, because even at the end of the day, that didn't even really make sense. And the Duffers didn't do themselves any favors being like, we don't know why they picked 12. Maybe it's like a clock. And I'm like, you wrote it. We love the Duffers. I'm gonna keep saying that because since we work in this storytelling.
Yeah, we already chatted about that. Mind Flayer is definitely not dead. The kids.
Oh, 100% no.
Yeah. But it's one of those where.
Me too. I don't know. I think I would have rewrote it. For example, if this episode's gonna come out, if I would have wrote it, but I think the fans are so good at creating better things. Not than the Duffers, but I think like going back to Eddie and being like, Vecna lives. Like, I think that'd be brilliant. Actually, this is something I was thinking about earlier. Have you seen Twilight? The last Twilight?
No. Oh, yeah.
The final movie.
In my life. Am I going to remember exactly? No, go on.
No, but that's okay. The reason why I remember this is I was in theaters. The final battle happens. You see all these people die. And then the main, Charlie Sheen?
Oh,
dies.
Yeah. And then it's not.
And everybody's gasping because they're all like, ugh!
Yeah.
And then they show Alice. That was a vision.
Right.
And I was like, this is giving that vibe to me. Like this last episode. But then the epilogue was so long. That's so much money.
I think, and here's the thing. If it had been where they all died, and then they went back and walked that back, I think that would be different than nobody died. And what, they're going to have an episode 9 where everyone does die? That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Or Steve. If episode 9 happens, Steve probably is going to die.
When you were watching in theaters and Steve was going to fall off of the tower, did you feel like he was going to die?
No.
I had zero tension for that moment. I didn't think he was a goner at all.
I don't think the Duffers would do it. At least in that aspect, I think he would get like brutally murdered like Bob.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something.
So I don't know. That was kind of another thing about season 5 where I was just like, where are the stakes?
Yeah, there wasn't any.
You just knew he wasn't going to die.
No. And they're like, we didn't want to do it like Game of Thrones Red Wedding. That's not what we want. Totally. I think as fans, you want to see them really fight evil.
You want it to mean something.
Yeah.
Well, that was another thing. People were pointing out that it was like the Upside Down wasn't as scary. Yeah. And I kept calling it kind of like the Marvelization of it, where it was much more like action, one-liner, you know, where like Collie gets on top of Henry and is like, hello, brother. And then, of course, he has time to leave. Ugh, annoying. And like,
hello, brother.
Hello, brother.
Yeah, that was so weird. I forgot about that part.
Like, they're in Dimension X and nothing's around them. Even when they're season 4, they can't even like go through the upside down without like making sure they don't step on a vine so that the hive mind doesn't know where they are. And in season 5, they're just in there with trucks, running around, doing whatever the hell they want. So I don't know. It's like the rules keep changing.
Bro, Conformity Gate probably isn't going to happen.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what we've been chatting about. We agree. Actually, I agree.
Shit, that's that.
Yeah, so
I'm not gonna lie, I did check my watch and I was like, how did we kill Vecna in 10 minutes and we still have an hour left? That's what made me nervous. Because I thought maybe the military was gonna come in and do something. But
no, I already said I really like the long epilogue, and I don't know. I think that's the thing where they said not everybody's gonna be happy. I think they wanted to wrap it up in that nice bow, and I do think Conformity Gate is a fantastic idea.
It's a great idea.
Man, do I wish it's gonna happen.
That's why I think the fans are great.
But I don't think
the fans are coming up with some good stuff.
Right.
Okay, so the will coming out was longer than the final fight.
I saw that, and I don't know.
Was it?
Yeah, I saw that people had like the 6-minute 50 versus 6-minute 30 seconds. I don't think that includes like all the way through, chopping his head off, because that's a lot more minutes. It definitely doesn't include if you go all the way to Elle breaking the spell to begin with all the kids. So yeah, when you're talking about like hitting them, battle, maybe. But more of the episode, I think, is a battle than that. Can I just say, the thing that did get me was when Hopper shot 11 and she was like bleeding in the tank. I did drop for that. I was like, wait, this can't be how she dies. That's crazy.
In my mind, I was like, this is totally Vecna messing with him. But also,
I was like, that's nothing.
I did like that part.
I did like that.
I did like that part.
They did a good job with that. And that,
But that's it.
Her then just saying she's going to hop into the abyss on the boulders, though. Okay, go ahead and jump.
The only good part. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this season, I liked
let's see some more things we liked.
I liked the relationship between Will and Robin. It was very unexpected.
The mentorship there was nice.
Yeah, and I loved and this is the problem for me. I loved the way they ended the 4th episode. But
which is the Will, right?
Yeah, saving his
This is Will. I don't know why I'm doing Spider-Man.
I was like, what is Spider-Man?
No, he's Will. Yeah. No, he does both. You're right.
Well, because he does opposite of 11.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Train of thought. Oh, I liked, but okay, so then let's go back for a second. To November, when everybody was like, okay, this was amazing. We just watched, okay, Will has powers, finally. He became the wise. They did something with that. Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. He's not like Elle. Yeah, he's pulling. Yes. Yeah, so then everybody was thinking, okay, I think this is part of the fandom too. Okay, now there's going to be some real heartache then for the next few episodes. And when we didn't get that, everybody became really, really unsatisfied. But I will say with this season, there's just too many plot holes. There's too many weird things. And I feel like the Duffer Brothers are a lot smarter than that.
Yeah.
Especially since we saw a little bit of their board. I feel like they're a lot smarter than that. And there's something else.
It was also kind of weird. Okay, guys, do you think we needed Dimension X? You had this big bad upside down for 4 seasons. You've never once seen a wall surrounding the entire thing. Like, we've been in the upside down for years now and we never noticed that wall. And now it's a wormhole going to another dimension.
Science is not my first.
No, I know.
So when they were like wormhole, I was like...
But I'm just like, did it need to be that complicated? Because I think that's where they started tripping themselves up with their own world building.
Yeah. And then the wall was... Yeah, all that was weird.
It's like, okay, this wall that no one's ever noticed is wrapped around the entire freaking thing. And they've been scouring it for how many months now in season 5 that we didn't see, and they've never come across that. Like I already said, they're driving over
they didn't
the hive mind roots, vines.
So no, the Demogorgons didn't exactly leave the upside down, but did that they just like went up to Dimension X? Because then all of a sudden, yeah, you're right. Nobody cared about that. Whereas Eddie very much was like stepping, like trying to not step on it.
do it to the left. Yeah.
It wasn't a wormhole. Yeah.
I just didn't feel the wormhole thing wasn't needed for me. And then they're like, oh, the planets are colliding. And then you're like, is it a planet? Is it a dimension? What are we talking about? Is it taking over? Is it taking out Earth? Is it combining Earth? Like,
we were trying to bring it to the real world, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't think they were really ever planning on answering it. Maybe that's something with the Duffers writings. They're kind of throwing things out, knowing that they're never going to have to explain it.
We didn't need a Dimension
And we're like, we want it explained.
And actually, but Dimension X is in season 2. They have a poster.
Oh, yeah, rooms. With the thing.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah,
that is weird. So they've thought out at least a little bit. Wait, I haven't seen the Broadway play. How do I do it?
Left. I don't know. Maybe it has to be like it just happened. What did it say?
It said like he went after high school, which if that's the case, that doesn't make sense with the story. Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't follow the whole thing about the play.
I haven't seen the play yet.
Because they definitely show baby is 100 times bigger. Yeah, I don't know.
In high school, in The Last Shadow, is because they didn't take him until shortly after high school.
But they already show us in a previous season how Henry was taken after he attacked his family, and Dr. Brenner has him as a kid. So does the play explain, is he let go by Dr. Brenner and then
or do they try to give him like a normal childhood, or
like what is that about? Because we haven't seen the play and that makes no sense to me. I started watching Netflix has like a behind the scenes of the making of the play. And I started to watch that and I was like, this isn't helping. This isn't hitting the spot. It wasn't telling me anything about the contents of the play, actually.
Lordy.
Yeah. Going across the world. Oh, where are you based? Where was it? Like in London?
The play's in New York.
In New York only?
Right now. I'm sure they'll extend it or do something else.
I think the documentary I was watching said maybe it like was starting in London or like the rehearsals or something, but
I know Jamie Vecna was just in it, like he did like a
I forgot to look this up, but it almost looked like the guy that peed on the wall was Dr. Brenner in the play, which I thought was kind of cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
I'm not sure if that was thing. In North Carolina. Fun. Well,
we love the Carolinas.
Yes.
Hi.
So, what else do we got to say? We can wrap this up, but
yeah, I don't know. I think there's so many different theories out there, and especially now with all of this, there's so many other things coming up and popping up. It's hard to say. I will say I feel like season 3 and season 4 were just so, I don't know, there was a lot more stakes to them. And then I feel like they didn't have as many, that this season feels so different to me, which is why I think so many people are like Conformity gay. Especially if they just did a rewatch. They're like, whoa, these seasons were so much. Season 3 I know, Billy.
Billy?
I love Billy.
I will say, I'm a season 1 girly. Like,
season 1's so good.
There was so much magic to the first season when the kids were so natural and fun to watch.
Yeah.
And they weren't like aware of themselves acting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, now
they kind of that kind of started to happen, and they want to like look a certain way or whatever. That's kind of influenced it. Bigger budget has influenced it. It's gotten like a much, like I said, the Marvelization, the look is cleaner and brighter.
Yeah.
Whereas it was very dark and edgy before. And I don't know, I just liked the mystery of it. Season 1 was just the best for me. And I think, honestly, it's why I stay such a loyal fan, is because they hooked me so good in season 1. I'm like, I don't care what else happens. Like, I have to see the story through, but I've been hooked since season 1.
Season 1 is so good. Those kids are fantastic. I'm such a Dusty fan. Like, oh my gosh, I love Dusty. Yeah. And then when he gets his teeth in season 2 and he does his little grr thing, like, he's so cute. But I think that's another thing. Season 1, 2, 3, 4, they're all really, really fleshed out, which makes me feel like the Duffers are doing something. They did say that they have something else coming out that we haven't guessed yet, though. So,
well, it made it sound like they were going to do it almost sounds like an origin spinoff, because we don't get the cave with the rock and Henry's
that's
origin.
the next.
Like, what is that? They said that none of the characters are going to be the same, and it's not the same time period, so it would make sense that it's earlier when whoever that guy in the cave with the briefcase has the rock. Where'd the rock come from?
Yeah.
So if that's going to be the spinoff, I don't even know that I'd be interested in that. I'm not super interested in the animated one, Tales from 85.
Season 2 and season 3.
Tales from 85, don't care.
They're doing the animated. They're doing that. They're doing the Creels, which I'm kind of interested in.
Wait, I don't know that one. What is it?
It's like his origin story, like Vecna.
They are doing it for sure?
Yeah, they released a timeline.
I haven't seen anything on that one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not send it to you?
How dare you not send me a reel in the millions of reels you've sent me?
I know. I'm always like, I'm always sending you stuff. They're doing the Creels. They're doing Nancy Confidential, which I don't need. I don't know what that is.
The book?
Well, it's with like Nancy Wheeler Confidential.
I'd heard there was a book of Nancy between season 4 and 5, but I didn't know, again, that these things were definite.
Yeah, they put like dates underneath it. I don't know if they're definite, like Netflix hasn't said it, but they put dates underneath it.
Because I was under the impression that none of these actors that we've come to know and love were returning to these characters.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Well, then there was another one that said Dusty and Steve's.
See, I think you're just getting into people who are making up crap.
No, it was like a timeline. Because then the Duffers went and said that, oh yeah, Stranger Things 2, not 2, but whatever the title was, they were going to start filming it in like 5 years. It was supposed to be in 2030. So I don't know. Because they were like 1985 and then the epilogue.
I know if you even watch the masterclass, Duffers have a masterclass, and they talk about how everyone wants a Dustin and Steve spinoff. So they kind of write what that would be, and that was years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's happening, but I would love to see what you saw.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Because I was like, here's the thing. This is our industry now. Everything's a sequel. Everything's another storyline. It kind of started with Vampire Diaries, and then went to the origins, and I went to legacies, and a bunch of other things.
I don't need that though.
I don't either. And
I think as hard as it is to say goodbye to this show, it would be nice to end it.
Yeah.
To say goodbye.
Yeah.
Not like, oh,
but then
now the stage play is canon. Now Tales of 85 is canon. Like, that's annoying.
Yeah, no, there's so many other ones, yeah. I don't know. Then I have a lot of questions for the Duffers.
All right, go Chelsea. What are your questions for the Duffers?
What are them?
Yeah. What are them?
Oh, he's talking about Billy.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I guess it's more about the writing.
Yeah.
It'd be from a writing, storytelling perspective then. Because season 1, 2, 3, 4 were so well done. It feels so fleshed out. They're so fantastic and so brilliant. Why isn't season 5 fleshed out? Now, I know I said maybe because it was Doomsday, maybe because they're working on other projects and they just feel really spread. But why? Like, what is this Melville's thing with Will? What is all of these little, things that they're just missing? Because it doesn't feel like, oh, they forgot. It feels like they either intentionally did it or they got sloppy.
It's so weird because when you're watching season 5, like we said, there's so much exposition. Mm. There's so much, people are doing their things of like, I'm thirsty, let me drink. When there's water, you blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Stranger Things, though, has always had that trope. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why it didn't really work for us in season 5 because it's not really like the style changed that much unless it just became a caricature of itself, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
Like when we wanted something a little different?
Maybe, yeah, because I feel like it felt like Stranger Things, episodes 1 through 4. Mm. And then 5 through 8, it didn't feel like Stranger Things.
We definitely had problems with the pacing of volume 2.
Yeah.
Although I will say on a rewatch, all that stuff where you're like yelling at them to run and everything.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
No, it was kind of better on a second time around. Maybe it's because like you already know what's coming and so the tension is gone. Because I know we were like, run! Because she saw the portal close up before. But I like what people said that, she realizes she doesn't need the music anymore. She has Lucas's love. She's got reasons to get back to the real world.
Yeah.
so she knows that the portal's not going to close, whatever, and she's got to get Holly out of there, whatever. So there's a lot of like fear conquering. That's the whole, like, I know we were talking about, we had a commenter talking about Will's coming out scene.
Yeah.
A lot of people were upset about it. I think less for like the content of it and more the timing of it, because they literally, Mike's like, we've got to leave in 5 minutes. Like, they're going to go defeat Vecna, and Will's like, hold up.
Sit down.
We got to chat. Again, on a rewatch, it's not as painful as it was the first time. So I don't know what that says about, like, again, when we go back to like us as filmmakers, you're going to be watching the same thing again and again when you're trying to get the edit right. So I think that shows you just how important it is to get fresh eyes on it, to know how things are going, because you yourself can't go back and watch something a first time, which is so sad. You can't, but you can't experience the first watch again.
Yeah, that's so true. I always say, when people tell me they haven't watched Stranger Things yet, I'm like, I'm so jealous of you.
Yeah, literally.
Like, I would love to experience that again. But, okay, so what did you say first? You were talking about Will's coming out scene. What was it? Oh,
the running.
Here's
they need to leave. It was like 4 minutes of them talking.
Issue with that. It's not that the gate's going to close, it's that Vecna might show up. That's why I was like, Vecna's going to take over both of you. There was no sense of urgency. And even Sadie was like, yeah, our little podcast. Like, she was like joking.
She knows the memes movement.
Yeah, she was like, okay. I did like that conversation. I just think it was the wrong place, because there was no sense of urgency, and that's what we want.
That's what we kept saying. Like, there were a lot of good conversations, but they were put in the wrong place, so it destroyed the pacing and got rid of the urgency.
Yeah.
So,
maybe I'm the only fan. I didn't care how long Will's scene was. I think I love Will, and I've always loved Will, and I've always thought in seasons 3 and 4, I was like, they made him such a back burner character. For season 5, I was like, thank God he has powers, or whatever, he's connected, that he has powers, and that he could have his moment to finally say what he was feeling, because I think in season 3 and 4, they didn't really give him a lot.
Yeah.
So for them to finally give him that in season 5, and for Noah being, gay, I feel like maybe that was really helpful for him as well. He did talk about how they did that scene for 12 hours.
I know.
That's a long time to film a scene that's emotional like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's because when I was watching it, I was watching more him and Robin, because you can see Robin also feeling in that. It was long. It probably didn't need to be as long as it was. But then that scene also brought me a lot of questions with being like, are we all Vecna'd? Did we just get punked? Like, I feel like we just got punked by the Duffer Brothers and Netflix, but yeah.
Wait, isn't that the scene where people are now saying that it's tiled floor, so it looks like a checkerboard, and we know Henry likes to play chess, and so they could be like pawns in his game. It's another thing for Conformity Gate.
And then they were like, oh, Will's not gonna like to spend time in the woods.
We love getting lost in the woods.
Yeah. No, you don't.
Will didn't have a good time with that at all.
No, he did not. He was stuck in the Upside Down for a week in the woods. He hated that. He wouldn't like that. And then the Mel Vaults thing and so many other things. Like, the memories just weren't there. That's why I don't mind this whole Conformity Gate theory. What time is it, actually? Oh, we still got an hour and 10 minutes until 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we can't check it.
But I don't mind the whole thing, because there's so many things like that where everybody was like, is this bad writing, or is this something the Duffers did on purpose and they're just taking the heat right now?
Yeah.
Which is why I was saying maybe we won't get an episode today.
I do
maybe we'll get the answer later.
I love, even if Conformity Gate is not real, I think it's been fabulous to watch us all turn into season 1 Joyce Byers and be like, no one believes us. And then and like, it took her 1 week to get Will back, and it's been 1 week now for the finale, and we're like, no.
And everybody's like, did you see the clock? The teachers, the clock said the first of
but can
107
you imagine? Like, it'd be insane. Oh, guys.
Okay, but let's just talk about how beautiful it is as the fans. Like, this story has created such good fans.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of coming together. Obviously, some people are being like, no, it's not happening. No, it is happening. But it is cool to see
the fact that we want to interact with it so much.
Yeah, it's cool to see so many people loving it and wanting it.
I think it's funny that I knew, like, it's our coping mechanism. Like, we just don't want to let it go.
Yeah.
And I will say I'm very happy. I was thinking about this because I rewatched the whole series. And there's a lot of rewatchability about Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And I think how we were talking about, it's the coming of age story and they all had to say goodbye to their childhoods. And then it was like literally like that for the actors. I think it's wonderful that they have that for all the different age groups. You know, you've got the young kids and then you've got the teen kids and then the adults, the parents. And I'm like, I could rewatch this for the rest of my life and feel different emotional things. Because I was on the rewatch, I was you know, like Joyce and Hopper talk a lot about being parents and you can't always make the right choice. Yeah. And I was thinking about like Karen Wheeler protecting her kids from monsters. And it's like, you can't protect your kids from bad things. And I was already getting emotional. I was like, I'm going to have things to take away from this show forever.
100%.
Like, it's just, it is that good.
It is that good. I agree.
So.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
With the last scene.
We're talking about D&D scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have two things.
Great.
Karen Wheeler doesn't have the scars on her.
When she says the lasagna, okay, didn't notice, but I have seen people say that on the internet, so I'll believe you.
Yeah, crazy. Because she should, but Vecna wouldn't know that. No, he would know that. But maybe he doesn't know she...
Oh, she's finding flaws in her own conformity gate.
Well, because I was like, maybe he doesn't know she's still alive, because he obviously knows the Demogorgons attacked her.
Yeah.
But maybe that's, if he is taking over Mike's mind, then that would, you know, he wouldn't know.
But she had them at graduation, and his mind would have already been taken over. So.
That's true. And then when they were putting up the books, and now they're all switched.
Yeah.
Where it says X is alive.
Again, is that like a weird... like a bad production continuity error.
But they posted that photo.
They posted the photo, yeah.
So we saw, you know, Mike will, and then they posted the photo saying X is alive. So that's another thing. I'm like, you guys are Netflix, Duffers, it's you guys. This is your fault.
It's your fault.
Like, of course people would have been like, oh yeah, you know, maybe I'm not happy with the ending. But then you post stuff like that. Of course we're thinking there's something else coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's what I mean, though. But I'm also like, I don't think the Duffer Brothers are not paying that close attention to detail that they would do something like that. And then everybody's saying the What's Its games in the background. I didn't notice that. Maybe I should go back. I need to go back and rewatch, I think.
Yeah, but again, how much of it are the production designers just being cheeky with it? Like at graduation, someone's wearing a shirt that says Duffers. That's not an allusion to the fact that we're under Vecna's curse. That's just a funny little Easter egg for fans to say Duffers.
Yeah.
Just the same way about Hopper wanting to move to Montauk. That's a nod to the Stranger Things was originally supposed to be called Montauk. So, you know.
Didn't all that stuff happen in Montauk?
Yeah, that's where they came up with the idea for the show.
I really want to go there.
There you go.
That'll be our next trip in Montauk. And I was like, can't be a Demogorgon.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered. But
that's why I was like, how much of it is just production design thought they were doing cheeky things for the fans, and the fans are like, this means episode 9.
The internet is a scary and powerful place.
Well, I love all the the reels we keep seeing where it's like the Swifties are on it.
Oh yeah.
Because we're like, we just wanted Reputation, Taylor's version. We never got it. It's like, this dress means this and this color and this.
That is so true.
That's what it sounds like.
It's so
truly.
Funny that the Swifties are coming in now.
With the Vecna voice. Yes, exactly.
With his Vecna voice, that's so funny.
Oh man, yeah.
I think we could go around in circles for days.
Yeah,
especially with every fan edit. With oh my gosh, and then that girl creating. Apparently, there's like a theater thing where people are trying to book for today.
Oh, she called herself, girl.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Oh, that's why I said that to you. But I've seen a bunch of other ones being like, "What's going on with the theaters?"
They were saying
and some
that
of them
the
are
theaters
in Australia.
don't have any, or like a lot of movies today because they're saving space for something.
Yeah.
That's not the case with our theaters here.
No, I don't know. There's just so many things. We could talk about this for days. We could go around in circles for days, especially with all the new this happened.
Maybe we'll come back because we've been at this for an hour. We've got about an hour left till we'll know if Conformity Gate is real or not. And then Yeah, maybe we'll come back another day to chat more Stranger Things. So
yay! Would you guys want that? Yeah. Do people want Stranger Things?
Do we want Stranger Things forever? Like we'll keep it going forever.
Here
we go.
Oh yeah.
Stranger Things forever.
Look at that.
Stranger Things ever.
5 ever.
All right, guys, we're gonna talk to you later. Thanks for chatting with us. Watch the replay. Let us know your thoughts, and we'll be praying for Conformity Gate episode 9 to drop in an hour. And if that happens,
if not, we're all going to be there for each other for this, through this, because
we'll either be losing our minds because we have more Stranger Things to watch, or we'll be there for each other to cope and write fanfic forever. Yeah. All right. I believe!
Yes, I believe! Aww.
All right, guys. Catch you on the other side. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, it's too good.
That was fun. I could go